Hey guys, wanted to show you this. It came in. You guys are going to trip out on this. See what it says? 5.0. That motor I ran, and it came out of late 80s Mustang GT 302 5 liter. But what it's in is a 96 Mustang that has come in. That is a messed up disaster. They've got this push button and the relay laying in there. They've got power coming off the console to it here. You can see the console's all tore apart. The bottom of the dash is all apart. Center of the dash is all apart. Came in because the guy said it was running and a wire somewhere in this area, which I cannot find where they had it hooked up to, had burnt. So they ripped the wire off of it and it hasn't ran since. I checked, I've got power to the coil, but I've got no signal. So, excuse me, what I'm trying to do is figure out, first of all, what they did to make it run in here, because it used to have a V6 in it, 3.8. This is the first time I have ever seen an 80s motor in a 90s body. So it's definitely different. They got everything all hooked up on. They said they had it running. He was doing burnouts and all kinds of stuff, I guess, with it, donuts and all that. But he got it from somebody that already did the conversion on it, and I have no idea how they wired it. Because as far as I know, you can't use the computer or the wiring harness out of the 96 on a late 80s Mustang engine. So, and it's the motor and tranny dropped in together, automatic. So I don't have a clue what they've done. I know they have wires everywhere that aren't hooked up to stuff that is dangling, stuff that's dangerous. It's got speaker wires here going into the firewall. They have wires here that's going up to something there. There's wires ran down there alongside, the battery cable that's sitting on top of the transmission line. Like that will eventually chafe through the insulation and have an electrical fire. The wire going next to it goes over to the starter solenoid. So, like I said, I don't know what they've done to make it run. It's got the stupid cold air intake, which this is a waste of money. There's a hole right here in the fender. Right there. So why wouldn't you just plumb in to where you would pull cold air out of the fender instead of hot air out of the engine compartment? I don't know. Some things are kind of goofy. It's got a nice aftermarket hood on it if it was redone. I mean, it's chipped and peeling and everything else, but it wouldn't be a bad car. You'd make a nice project. Like I said, I gotta hear it run. When I first hit the damn button, it kept going click, 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 and I'm like, oh, don't tell me it's locked up. And of course, it was just the starter was stuck. Hit it a few more times and she started cranking over. But like I said, there's no signal for the coil, so it's not firing. And the next thing I'm going to do is check for an injector pulse, see if it's got an injector pulse while cranking it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what they did to make it run. It's got this just laying in here, bare wires. I mean, honestly, I don't know how this thing hasn't burnt to the ground yet. Speaker wire is the worst thing to use for pulling any kind of power through. I mean, they're not meant to be pulling a bunch of amperage through that little speaker wire. So I'll get it figured out. Just want to show you guys what I'm dealing with tonight. Of course, there's the big block still sitting there waiting to go in the vet. It may be next spring by the time I get that stupid thing in the Corvette. And then sitting back there in the corner is my FE motor that I'd like to do something with sooner or later. 390, a good old motor. It's got the block that's got the extra stiffening ribs and stuff in the bottom half, so it's a good damn block. So eventually I'll rebuild it. I've got a 428 crank and rods and pistons and all that, so I may just convert it over to a 428. I don't know. I got another block too that's a FE motor that I need to go through. It's been sitting for years in the garage, and the cylinders are all rusted up and stuff on it because it's a bare block, so I need to get in there and clean it up, see if I can hone it and stuff and save it. I just want to show you guys. Fun. Oh yeah, something else I want to show you guys while I'm at it. I was out here the other night and was bored and said, oh well, I don't have nothing to work on, so I'm going to go ahead and make me a table. So I made this table. Of course it's dirty right now because I've been stacking stuff on it, but I figured to show you the camshaft out of the Mustang that had a flattened lobe on it because the damn lifter went bad when I was breaking it in and collapsed, and I thought it was just going to pump itself up, and then it got worse and worse and killed the cam, so I used the cam for that. And then I've got those guys. There are A-arms off a Trailblazer. I worked on my neighbor's, helped her out, and made them the feet. So all I got to do now is get a glass top for it. Hope you guys enjoy my channel. As usual, please like and subscribe and share my videos. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good evening.